Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Hello, I'm Teacher Oakley. Welcome to Verbling. In this particular class, we're going to conclude our little mini-series, learning vocabulary to discuss various social and cultural issues. We've been talking about politics, religion. Today we are going to discuss society and social issues, or rather, we will discuss, and also learn vocabulary related that we use when we talk about these social issues. Some of the actual nouns to describe social issues, as well as verbs we use when we talk about it, collocations that we use when we discuss these things. Okay, so we'll be doing that through a variety of mix and match, fill in the blank exercises. Everyone will take turns doing these exercises, as well as I'll be asking questions and talking to you a little bit about these things as we go along. There it is. So, welcome to the class. Heidi.
Hello.
Good morning. How are you?
Morning. No. Afternoon. Good afternoon.
Oh, it is again. I forget. Okay. I don't know. I don't know where I am or when I am. Okay. Hello, Jorge. How are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you. A little tired, but
Okay.
with a lot of expectation with this class. And
Okay.
you?
I'm good. I'm doing okay. I'm good.
Last class we couldn't debate.
Yeah, that's right. Today we can. Today we can debate a little bit. You're right. And
oh yeah, right.
I do really appreciate that you guys were very respectful about yesterday's class. We talked about religion, and I didn't want to get into any arguments with anybody. Everybody was totally terrific. Today we're talking about teenage pregnancy, drug addiction, homelessness, these types of things. I don't care. We can share opinions on this stuff, Jorge. I'm okay with that. All right?
Right.
Okay. Hello, Hussein. How are you?
Good morning for you, for all our students. I unfortunately I passed our yesterday lesson about religion, and I forget about my schedule. Very I depressed because of very important was topic. No problem. After that we will maybe about these topics.
Okay.
Thank you, very good.
You know, you can always check out the recordings, Hussein.
Can I?
Well, indeed you can. A couple of different ways. I believe in the Verbling site itself, you can access them, or you can go directly to YouTube. Every group class, vocabulary to discuss religion. I'm sure you're gonna find it.
I think if I not in class participate, cannot observe for these classes.
You can. Yes, you certainly can.
Okay. Wonderful. I will say. I will see.
Two different ways. There's a way to do it through Verbling. I can't explain it because I have to search when I do it.
Thank you.
But also right through YouTube. Just search YouTube teacher's name and the name of the class, and you're going to find it.
I know already. I know this.
Okay, cool. Okay. Also, I'd like to welcome Shin. Hello, Shin.
Hi, teacher. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Where are you from, Shin?
I'm from Japan.
Cool. Great. Nice to have you in the class.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to you in a bit. Alejandro, hello.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Fine, thank you for asking.
Great. And I'd like to welcome Evelyn. Good day,
Hi.
Evelyn. Hi, how are you?
Fine, and you?
Good. I'm good. Welcome to the class. And hello, Carlos. How you doing?
Hello, teacher. Fine today.
Okay. Glad to hear it. All right, let's get started. We're going to start with some of the basic nouns which describe contemporary social issues. We're going to start quite simple, and then we're going to get into the collocations and the actual more conversational language, verbs and adjectives and such that we use. Okay, so a little bit different exercise than we normally do. So what I would like you guys to do, we've got a number of contemporary issues here, animal rights, homelessness, etc. We're going to look at some extracts or short reports. Short extract is a part of a report, a newspaper report. What I'm going to have you guys do, I would like you to read this short one sentence, two sentence paragraph, and then tell me about which of these social issues is this newspaper extract speaking about, and then I may have a follow-up question for you. So let's do it. Quick shout out and welcome to Anna. Hello, Anna. Anna Carolina. Hi.
Hello, teacher Ana Cristina.
Christina, wrong Anna. All you Annas in Berlin confuse me. Okay, Anna Christina, very good. Welcome to the class.
Thank you.
Okay, Heidi, let's.
Yes.
You were first in the class, so can you start us off with number one? Please read this extract for us.
The government has expressed concern that the number of schoolgirls under the age of 16 becoming pregnant has risen rapidly, and Britain now heads the European League table. Teenage pregnancy or something.
Yeah, teenage pregnancies, that's it. Okay. Okay, the number has risen. Okay.
Risen.
Right. Yeah, risen is correct. Not rising. Rising wrong. Okay. Heidi, follow-up question. Is this a concern in Japan?
Yeah, sometimes I happen. Close to my house, a woman girl get pregnant several years old. She was 15 years old.
Oh dear.
Then once she was living with a man, the same age, but they separated. They became to their own house, but she enjoyed outside, going outside. So 17 years sister took care of her baby.
Mm-hmm. Right. This is a problem because somebody else ends up taking care of the child. Is it in the United States, for example, it's usually the parents end up really being the primary caregiver. By the way, there's a useful collocated word that we would use to talk about this. The primary caregiver, the person most likely taken care of. We use this phrase, by the way, for taking care of babies as well. We use the same one for taking care of really old people, elderly.
Do you know pachinko?
Same term.
No? Do you know pachinko?
Do I know? Why is that
gamble.
game with a little ball or something that?
Yeah, their mother was always going to the pachinko center.
Oh boy. Oh dear.
Addicted. So only 17 years old woman, not woman, girl, taking care of her the baby.
Oh my goodness. Sounds like a problem family. Okay, yeah, dear. Let's move on. Jorge, try this one to the right I've highlighted here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you read this one?
Yeah, number 5.
Yeah, you're just going to go back and forth here. Yeah, number 5. Yeah, that's right.
Okay. The government is becoming worried about the number of teenagers sleeping rough on the streets in London. Many of them are in danger of becoming involved with drugs and prostitution.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What is the concern here? What is the social issue?
Homelessness?
Sorry?
I don't know how can I pronounce that.
Homelessness. This one? Homelessness. Yeah. Okay. 3 syllables. Homelessness. First syllable. That's it. First syllable stress. Homelessness. Homelessness. Yeah. Okay. The people, of course, the people who don't have a home, they are homeless. We refer to the person as, oh, he is homeless. Well, it's an adjective. Okay. He's a homeless man. Okay. Homelessness is the noun. All right. Okay. Jorge, problem in your country? Is there a problem with this?
Sure, it's often here, and not only with teenager people,
right.
It's for all range of age. So you can find even children's on the streets,
right,
and old people also. So it's a big problem here in Colombia,
Right. Is the government doing anything about it, or is it left up to private charitable organizations to try to deal with, or the church? Sometimes churches get involved in this problem.
I think that is a government institution doing a lot of work for fixing that situation, and also private corporations or private, how can I say the name, ONG organizations.
Yeah. Close. You almost had it. I was just writing it as you said it. NGO. So we talk about NGOs, non-government organizations.
Yeah, but I think that all the effort is not enough. So the problem maybe is a little. One point is education.
Sure.
Not all people can get access to education, and maybe I think that the another point is all opportunities, or same opportunities for all people. There is indeed limits in class socials here in Colombia. So there are rich, very rich people and very poor people. So
okay.
I think that this situation is a source for that issue.
Okay, so there's a wide economic gap.
Yeah, but don't believe me, I am just an engineer, so I have no experience in that area. It's my point of view, but I don't have basis for that.
Yeah, well, okay, I think many people would agree that many countries all over the world there is an increased economic gap between the rich and the poor. It's your opinion, but guess what? It's my opinion too, because pretty easy opinion to have because the statistics are there. It's hard to argue with statistics. And speaking of statistics, Hussein, can you read number 2 here?
Yes. The statistics show that 20% of teenagers in that area are regularly using heroin. Police believe that at least half of the crime in the area is drug related.
Okay. So, the concern?
Drug abuse.
Of course. Very good. Drug abuse. That is correct. Okay, Hussein, how about in your country? Is this a problem?
You know, in this time, in present, I am 56-year-old. In our young ages, about 70s, maybe 80s, already 70s, 80s, a very little percent was. But
Right.
nowadays, nowadays widespread problem in I this time I live in city capital city of Azerbaijan in Baku. But our region, I originally from town of our country, little town. Even though in our street, everywhere drug abuse teenagers,
Oh
very
dear.
big problem. But that time was little problem with alcohol drinking. Uh, Even though compared with abusing of narcotics, no was not very little percent was. Nowadays, very big problem. Usually about among teenagers. Teenage very big problem. Yes, widespread.
Okay. Yes, good use of a very useful word for this topic. A widespread problem. Good adjective. Thanks. Right. So, okay, you said nowadays widespread problem. Really, you should say nowadays. It is a widespread problem. Use your pronoun to refer back to what you said, but good vocabulary. Very useful and very practical and very much used to discuss these problems.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you. And also, Hussein, I used the word narcotics. This is another vocabulary word which refers to drugs. Okay. All right. So that's terrible, actually. Good job, and thank you for sharing. But that was a terrible story. I mean, you did a great job, but
Thank you.
terrible story. You know what I mean. Okay. Okay. Shin, can you take a look at number 6 here?
Okay. Mrs. Fenton claims that she was denied promotion after she told colleagues she was planning to have a baby.
Okay. What social
Uh,
problem is she referring to?
Sexual discrimination.
Very good. She's inferring, there's an inference about sexual discrimination. Right. Meaning based on her gender or sex, female, male. Okay. Okay. How about in Japan? Do women are women still fighting for equal rights, equal pay, and such?
I don't see such a hard situation very much. And actually, because I'm a freelancer and I don't belong to any companies, in Japan, such a problem is not much, but there is, but a little problem is still existing. But it's not much.
Okay. Okay. Here's a useful phrase. To some degree, it can be a problem. It's still a problem. You might say, okay, when I use the phrase to some degree, I mean a small problem, and I'm not sure exactly how much.
Mm-hmm.
Because as you said that I'm a freelancer, so I'm not really, working in a big company, so I don't see it. So
Yeah.
you probably want to express the idea that you're not absolutely sure. This phrase is very useful for doing that. To some degree, I think there's a
To some
problem.
degree. Thank you.
All right. How many ministers? What are your government elected federal, national officials called? Ministers or
Ministers?
yeah? How many females are there? Percentage-wise?
Maybe 3 or 4.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, only 3.
Say what? That's very low.
Yeah. But what do you think, Heidi?
You want some help?
Yeah. I think the women minister is 3 or 4. Men is 13 or 12 or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Here's another English phrase for you. I'm sorry, Shin. I did that purposefully. I put you on the spot. So
on the spot. What do you mean?
Okay. Well, this is an idiom. On the spot. If you want to think about it physically, like I put you in the spotlight and I asked you a difficult question, or I made a difficult. I put you on the spot a little bit. I'm sorry about that, but there's an interesting idiom that we can use when we're talking about social issues. All right, if we ask somebody a difficult question about social issues, or we more or less force them to answer about or make an opinion about something that's maybe controversial, we put them on the spot. So sorry, Shin. Sorry about that.
So he's one of men, so he didn't know about that.
Yeah.
CEO in Japan, female CEO is less than 5%.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that right? Oh my goodness. Dear. So maybe this problem is a little more widespread. Ooh, there's that word.
Yes, so UN have some female meeting. They always other countries accuse Japan.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, interesting. Okay. All right, thank you for clarifying that a little bit for us. Okay. We're going to move on. We got so much to talk about. We're never going to get through this. All right. Alejandro, can you check out our next little news?
Yes, the government wants us to believe that we are living in the classless society, but a recent report shows that 45% of people still believe they are working class, while only 25% describe themselves as middle class.
Okay. And all right. What is our social issue we're discussing?
Class.
Yeah. And here is a social issue which, frankly, when I was a lot younger, used to be discussed a lot. Now nobody wants to talk about. Like it's some kind of dirty subject you hide in the closet and you don't talk about. I don't know. Coming close to what Jorge was talking about the divide, the economic divide. Talking about, of course, really you're talking about wealth here. Alejandro, in your country, is there a wide gap? Is the middle class shrinking in your country or growing?
No, it's shrinking right now.
Shrinking? Really?
Yes. It's, right now, because of the economic situation, it's very difficult to grow mm, to other classes or growing.
Right. Okay. Now, most people I've talked to consider that having a strong middle class, strong economy, strong government, strong society. Do you agree with that concept? Do you think that's true?
Here in my country, this strong middle class, strong middle class.
No. I'm not talking about your country. Just the concept. Do you believe that for a country's economy to be strong, you need a strong middle class? I mean, this is a
Maybe yes. I don't like to talk too much about classes, but yes, maybe the governments use that concept.
Now, many people have that concept, but okay,
Yeah.
that idea. Okay, let's move on to another social problem. Evelyn, can you read number 7, please?
Yes. Cardiff police are investigating after a young black student was attacked by a group of white youths last night. They believe the attack was racially motivated.
Okay, good job. One thing, Evelyn, this word is hard. This word here, white youths.
Youths.
Okay.
Youths.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, good pronunciation. Good job. All right, that's hard for native speakers to say. And people aren't familiar with that. It's kind of funny. You may hear native speakers, Americans anyway, say use. They drop the th. A group of youths. Use. It sounds funny, but yeah,
Yes.
you may hear that. Anyway, okay, what's important social issue are we talking about here?
Racism.
Indeed, of course. I'm sure that many of you have read the news recently about events that have happened in the United States. Very, very not good. Okay, Evelyn, how about in your country? Is racism a problem, or has it?
A little bit. I heard about a case. One airline didn't get the access to a guy because he was all tattooed.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I don't think that really qualifies as racism. Because having tattoos.
I don't know how to name
what
that.
Is that? I don't know. You know what? I don't either, Evelyn. What do we call that? That's definitely discrimination. Okay, there we go. Okay, that is certainly discrimination. They're discriminating against people that that have tattoos.
Yes.
I don't know how else to say it. That's interesting. Strange, but interesting.
And
that's
then,
an odd one.
Yes, and then he put on a long sleeve shirt, but the airline say, "No, you're not going up to the airline, to the plane."
Really?
Yes.
Incredibly kind of, I'm sorry, but that seems kind of silly and more or less self-defeating from a business perspective.
Yes.
Why would you do that? Well, okay. Wow, that's a crazy example of discrimination. Now, it's okay. I'm actually glad you brought up that example because that's discrimination. It's definitely not racism. I have no idea from her story what race this tattooed gentleman was, and it doesn't really matter to the story. Right? But it is certainly discrimination. So we can use the word discrimination in this case. Discriminate against people with tattoos. Discriminate against people with long hair. Discriminate against anything. Discriminate because of gender, because of religion, because of race, because of whatever, appearance, tattoos. Okay. So one mistake that English language learners make, they talk about discrimination as if it means racism. They're not exactly. Racism is a specific form of discrimination.
Yes.
Okay. So, all right, that's a good English point there. Okay, let's keep it moving. Carlos, can you read number 4 over here?
A number of people were arrested today during a protest outside a laboratory where they say scientists are testing cosmetic on monkeys.
Wild. Okay. Can you imagine having that job, Carlos? Putting lipstick on a monkey? Who would want that job? Okay.
Investigation.
Yeah.
Rights.
Animal rights. Okay. All right. Carlos, in your country, is animal rights a big social issue? Or just a minor social issue?
I think my country animal rights are minor social issues because there are other problems bigger than this issue. For example, drugs abuse, teenage pregnancies.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're right. Human issues. Yeah, I get your point. It's amazing how passionate. Okay, I'm an American. It's amazing how passionate Americans are about animal rights. Really, sometimes you're right. There's so many other social issues where human beings in the country, in the world, it's kind of, I don't know. Sometimes.
Teacher. I think North American people love animal. I think for these people, animal rights are a big problem.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You are totally correct. Yeah, there are very many other countries. It's really not a big social issue. In the United States, definitely is. And people are very active and very passionate about this particular issue. Sometimes surprisingly so. Okay, thanks, Carlos. Thank you very much. Okay, Anna Christina. Last one here, number 8.
Airline steward Alan Paul claims he is being discriminated against on grounds of his sexual orientation. He is demanding the same travel privilege of his gay partner as are available to the husbands and wives of his married college.
Okay, a couple pronunciation notes. Privileges.
Privileges.
Yes.
Privileges.
Okay, there's a couple tricky things with this word, all right? First of all, the second syllable, privileges. Yeah, you can pronounce it, but very often native speakers drop it. It's ellipsis. We just drop it. We don't pronounce it. Privileges. So instead of 4 syllables. Yeah, this is common. So that's tricky. And then the end, we actually do pronounce the extra syllable, extra vowel sound is, jizz. Privileges.
Privileges.
Yeah, that's it.
Privileges.
All right. And the other one was colleagues. Only 2 syllables. Colleagues. First syllable stress. Colleagues. It's a E sound with the g, like gun. Colleagues. Okay. Anyway, okay, what's our social issue here?
I am not sure. It's gay rights or sexual discrimination too?
No, it's definitely gay rights. Yeah. Is this an issue in your country? Are there activists? Are there parades? Are there people trying to expand gay rights in your country?
Yeah, in Colombia it's terrible, that topic. The people don't accept the gay, and maybe don't understand that the gay are humans too. But it's difficult. I think that we need more time, maybe for accept the gays, for accept that the gays are humans like you, like me, like everybody.
Okay. All right. Sure. I'm an American, and of course, many of you know that gay rights has been the last 20 years. There's laws have been changing. Gay marriage is now legal, etc. There's still discrimination, okay, but I think there is, but there are many people fighting for gay rights in the United States. Frankly, now I live in the Philippines. Trust me, nobody cares. Basically, they have equal rights, and you see on television, you watch a game show, there's somebody who's the game show host, he's openly gay comedians, singers, actors, people walking down the street, in the shopping mall, nobody cares. It affects absolutely nothing.
Like a Modern Family TV show, a couple of gays, they adopt a girl, and it's normal in the TV show. It's normal. Are normal people there?
Yeah, it's just, yeah, and not just in TV shows, portrayed in TV shows, but on the street. It's, you'll see a man wearing a woman's blouse with lipstick and makeup, and nobody thinks anything about it. Nobody cares. It's already, this issue is gone by. It's very remarkable, considering this is very much a Roman Catholic country, and primarily there are other religions, but it's pretty exceptional. It's pretty remarkable because just nobody cares. It's funny. Okay, let's see how some of these phrases, that is, these contemporary issues, actually these phrases and other phrases from the extracts. This is going to be a little more challenging, this next exercise. We're going to look at some phrases which we might use in these sentences to discuss some of these topics. So see if you can remember the words. I'll try to help you out as we go along. Heidi, back to you.
Mm-hmm. politicians say we are living in a something society. Right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if do you remember the word? Where is it?
I have choice? No.
Yeah, you can say anything. It's not going to be, it's not actually one of these answers. It's actually from the excerpt. Okay, it's just rephrasing some information. So here's the excerpt where that information is. So, for example, yeah, that's it.
Really?
Okay. Yes, that's politicians say. What, of course, who believes what politicians say? Okay, we are living in a classless society. Okay, that's it. Now, interestingly, classless. What's the opposite of classless?
Like hierarchy.
Oh, very good. Yeah, you're right. You got the root word. I'm surprised. Hierarchical. The adjective. I don't know how to spell this though. Hierarchical or.
Yeah, for example, India have 8 grade in social grade 8.
8, you say? Okay, interesting.
They can't move to upper class.
Okay, all right. Of course, you know there are societies like India where they historically had a caste system, and of course, politicians in India say there is no caste system anymore, but saying there isn't, and not really.
Caste is existing in India, I heard.
Okay, interesting. Okay, moving on, Jorge.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
More and more young people are sleeping bland on the streets. Maybe it's sleeping rough on the streets.
Sleeping rough on the streets was the words that were used in the excerpt. Very good, good memory. You could very simply use, you know, a preposition here too. Sleeping out on the streets. But yeah, okay. Right. That sleeping rough on the streets is the adjective they use. Great. Hussein, number 3.
Homeless youngsters can easily become crime with drug and prostitution.
Let's see if we can find the article. Here we go.
Become
Yeah, here we go.
Involved or
Right.
danger.
Right.
Involved.
Okay, so become involved. All right. This is actually very good collocation and very useful in English. When we're talking about, usually we're discussing somebody else, and we're talking about how they started with whatever, something negative. Well, it doesn't have to be negative. It can be positive. He became involved with youth sports. It could be social issues. It could be positive things or negative things, frankly. He became involved with gambling. He became involved, it could be good things, with the Olympics. Who knows? Negative or positive, but usually we use this phrase to discuss other people. I wouldn't say I became involved. It's possible, I guess. Okay, I became involved with youth organizations. All right. Positive. Okie doke. Moving on. Shin.
Okay.
D.
D. It is. Police believe the attack was racially motivated.
Okay. All right. That's right. Racially used as an adverb. Okay, to describe how it was motivated, to describe the verb, yes. Right, another strong collocation. Question, Shin. All right, racially motivated in crimes in the United States recently, I don't know, 10 years ago or so, are now categorized in a new crime category. They are called hate crimes, and they have much stronger punishments. If I just beat up someone, okay, that's one thing. Maybe I have to go to jail for 3 months. But if I beat up someone because of race, maybe I'm screaming racial epitaphs at them, I can go to jail for 10 years.
Yes, wow.
There's a big difference, okay,
Mm-hmm.
in punishment. Do they have any such thing like that in Japan? Do you have any kind of, I don't know, hate crime laws or anything like that? I don't know. Maybe the United States is the only place that has that type of thing.
Yeah.
I really don't know, honestly.
I don't know. Sorry.
Okay. All right. You don't know. I don't know. It's okay. It's interesting. It's very quite recent, really, in the last decade or so. Okay. Anyway, just curious. No big deal. Okay, Alejandro, E.
A lot of crime in the area is drug. Don't remember the word related.
That's it. You got it. You do.
Okay, okay.
Very good. All right, drug related. Okay, we're looking at adjectives here, adjectives and adverbs. So drug related, okay, obviously related to drug use and drug selling and drug smuggling and whatever.
Yeah.
All right, drug related. Often we talk about drug related crime as a social issue. Evelyn, how about F?
Many people believe it is wrong to discriminate against people on the basis of their sexual orientation.
Very good. Sexual orientation, of course, refers to heterosexual, gay, I'm in love with a chicken, whatever. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay. Let's look at some collocations here. Which word goes on the left goes with the word on the right? These are strong collocations now. All right, let's see if we can zip through these. Carlos, race, what? What word collocates with it? Carlos?
Minorities.
No, when I say collocate, I mean these words are usually used together when we speak in conversation, in a sentence. I know these two words are related, race, minorities, but we don't say them together.
Race, relations.
There you go. All right. Race relations are very good in my country. Race relations are seemingly very tense right now in my country. These are kinds of sentences that we can use when we talk about race. We talk about the concept of how different races in a society are getting along with each other. Okay. All right. Anna, you still here? Yeah. Anna Christine, number 2.
The gay community.
Very good. That is correct. Another strong collocation. When we talk about basically the group of people that live this lifestyle, we refer to them as the gay community frequently in English. Okay, Heidi, back to you. Inner city, what?
Inner city minorities, no. Or family. Okay, areas.
Areas is the strong collocation. The two examples are possible that you gave me. You're not entirely wrong. But right, the strongest collocation would be inner city areas, talking about, of course, well, obviously, areas of the city and the inside of the city. Often, inner
Like
city
slums.
areas like slums, run down areas. That's right. Older areas that have become run down, more poor people. Yeah, exactly. Basically, if you hear inner city areas, you're talking about a poor area of the city. Yeah. Higher crime. Yeah, all of that. Jorge, ethnic what?
Ethnic minorities.
Indeed, that is the strong collocation. Ethnic minorities, of course, referring minorities means a smaller amount of people, obviously, and so ethnic, where they're from. Ethnic can refer to where they're originally from, another country, what have you. It sometimes can refer to, sometimes, you know, countries can have different people. Sometimes it can refer to tribal minorities, sometimes religious minorities. When we say ethnic, like ethnic food, okay. It can refer to a culture, not necessarily a country all the time. That's my point. Okay, next one. Hussein. Human what?
Rights.
Human right.
Of course.
All right. Of course. All right.
Oh.
Basically, what we're talking about here, human rights. Okay, of course. And Shin.
Single parent families.
Of course. All right. One mother or one father, not a mother and father. Okay, using these collocations in phrases. Let's continue. Let's see if we can finish this section. Alejandro, number 7.
In some countries, people are denied basic rights like free speech.
All right. Okay, or basic human rights. Right.
Human rights.
It's not necessary. You're absolutely correct. It's not necessary to say human rights, but we often use that, I guess, for emphasis. Well, to differentiate it, I suppose, from animal rights, I guess. Okay. Next one, number 8. Evelyn, still here? Yeah, Evelyn.
Yes.
Number 8, please.
Community leaders are working to improve race relations.
That's it.
After
Exactly.
a number of recent incidents involving black and white youths.
Youths. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Very good. Good job on that one. Okay, Carlos, number 9.
Senior police officer concerned that there are so few black and Asian officers are hoping that a new campaign will encourage more people to join the force.
Yeah, more people from
the ethnic.
Yeah, okay. Ethnic minorities, probably. Right. Ethnic minorities to join the force. The force, by the way, the police force in English-speaking countries is often referred to as the force, specifically and mostly. Now, normal citizens call it the police, but the police officers themselves refer to their organization as the force frequently. By the way. Okay. All right. Good job. And Anna, Christine, number 10.
A recent report confirms that a school in maybe inner city
Yeah. Inner
have the
city.
worst exam results.
Inner city areas. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, this is very common. At least I don't know in the United States. This is very common. Schools really struggle. They have very bad education results compared in inner city areas compared to maybe upper class areas in the city and compared to country or rural areas. I don't know if this is true in most countries. In the United States, rural areas, you get a better education if you live in a rural area. I think that's not necessarily true in many countries. I don't know. Anna, how about in your country? Would you be better off going to a school in the city or the country?
Normally, in the south is the worst results in the education.
Okay. Okay. In the United States, it's kind of probably better off growing up in the country if you want a good education. It's kind of ironic and funny. Okay, we are definitely out of time, but the last couple members of the gay community have been warned to take extra care after a rise in the number of homophobic. There's a scared of gay people. Okay, homophobic, that's an adjective. Homophobic attacks. And then the last one, many of our current problems are unfairly blamed on the growing number of single-parent families. Oh, that's weird. Okay. That's a strange one. Anyway, we are out of time. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
See you in the next class.
All right. See you in the next class. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye.